Welcome to Talks with Dr. Gupta and friends. Today we ask the fundamental political and strategic question defining the 21st century Asia. Does the ruling BJP party still hold a legitimate mandate to lead India into the global AI era? Following the general election, the single party majority was broken, forcing a return to coalition dependence. But beyond electoral arithmetic lies a deeper reality. A political model built on hyper-centralization, majoritarian distraction, and economic protectionism cannot lead a country of 1.4 billion through the next industrial revolution. To understand why democratic renewal is urgent, we must dissect 5 critical structural failings of the current regime. First, jobless growth and the wasted demographic dividend. While headline GDP numbers look high on paper, youth unemployment remains structurally high, with over 87% of the labor force trapped in informal low-value work. Instead of upskilling youth for advanced engineering, millions are forced into low-productivity gig survivalism. Second, centralized capital concentration. Growth is increasingly concentrated in a handful of state-favored conglomerates controlling critical infrastructure and energy. Meanwhile, small and medium enterprises, the true engine of most employment, are choked by regulatory overload and tax friction. Third, institutional degradation and regulatory risk. Statutory oversight mechanisms and judicial autonomy have faced systematic political pressure, destabilizing the rule of law and scaring off long-term foreign investment. Fourth, underfunding human capital and research and development. National expenditure on research and development remains stuck below 0.7% of GDP, a fraction of global peers. Healthcare and technical education remain underfunded, forcing India to import foundational AI models and hardware. Fifth, social polarization as an economic liability. In a hyper-connected world, domestic harmony is a core economic asset, and pushing majoritarian identity politics alienates skilled talent, causes domestic instability, triggers internet shutdowns, and damages international trade partnerships. To justify its central authority, the ruling administration relies on persistent state messaging, but under rigorous scrutiny, 5 core false narratives completely collapse. False narrative 1. A centralized strongman model is needed for economic speed. The reality is that India's true strength lies in its diverse states. Top-down one-size-fits-all decrees stifle regional innovation. Economic speed requires decentralized, competitive federalism and empowering local state ecosystems. False narrative 2. Digital payments equal technological mastery. Public digital rails like UPI are a logistics success, but payment infrastructure is not deep tech. A country that processes digital payments while importing all of its high-end GPUs and advanced semiconductors is a digital consumer, not a digital power. False narrative 3. PR and summit diplomacy equal global power. True geopolitical clout comes from hard manufacturing scale, high-tech exports, and economic self-reliance. False narrative 4. Welfarism can replace structural employment. Free grain rations and cash transfers are vital safety nets. But using government handouts to mask structural unemployment is a recipe for fiscal drain, not wealth creation. False narrative 5. Social uniformity is required for national security. Crushing dissent, centralizing power, and marginalizing minority populations does not create security. It creates deep domestic friction that hostile foreign actors can easily exploit. Even if the current administration attempts to pivot, it faces 5 insurmountable uphill challenges it cannot solve under its rigid ideological framework. Challenge number 1. Managing complex federal diversity, where a central northern-centric narrative alienates economically dynamic southern and western states that drive national tax revenue. Challenge number 2. Stopping the high net worth brain drain as thousands of high-skilled tech founders and wealthy individuals leave annually due to tax uncertainty, social polarization, and quality of life deficits. Challenge number 3. Scaling an AI ecosystem under internet restrictions is impossible when frequent shutdowns and restricted digital access choke innovation. Challenge number 4. Integrating into Western aligned supply chains is hampered by domestic protectionism, tariff hikes, and majoritarian rhetoric, complicating trade ties. Challenge number 5. The closing demographic window means India's median age is 28, and that window will close within 2 decades unless we immediately reinvest in high-tech education and decentralized growth. In this final segment of our talks with Dr. Gupta and friends, let's outline the path forward. India does not need political theatre. It needs a systemic operational upgrade. A progressive democratic alternative must execute a 4-point roadmap for national transformation. First, restore federal and institutional autonomy by shifting power back to state governments, guaranteeing statutory independence, and protecting civil liberties to restore investor confidence. Second, launch a national AI compute and open source mission by investing public capital into sovereign compute clusters and subsidizing open research in technical universities. Also, mandate advanced computer science and AI literacy across public schools to build foundational skills for the future. Third, deregulate the MSME engine by eliminating administrative tax harassment, streamlining compliance into single-click interfaces, and incentivizing digital-first supply chains. Fourth, pursue radical human capital reinvestment by doubling national spending on public health, frontier research, and green energy transition infrastructure. The mandate to govern must belong to those who can build India's future, not those trapped in its past. When we combine constitutional democracy with technological empowerment, India's youth will lead the global economy. This is Talks with Dr. Gupta and friends. Stay safe and let us keep thinking about what comes next.